What are triglycerides? Triglycerides are the fat that's stored in your body. When you're active and your body needs energy, the triglycerides in your fat cells, those yellow blobs, get broken down and are sent to your muscle and other cells in your body through the bloodstream, where they are basically burned to produce energy. When you're inactive, the fat that is not burned by your muscles or your cells gets converted back into triglycerides and stored in your fat cells. So why should you care about triglycerides? Well, high triglycerides are bad for you. Elevated levels of triglyceride in your bloodstream that exceeds your body's energy needs can do damage to your body. They are early sign of insulin resistance, which is the root cause of diabetes, and now we know a growing list of other health conditions. They can trigger heart disease, they produce bad cholesterol, and they can cause weight gain and obesity. The ideal level of triglyceride
Less
in your
than
bloodstream
140 milligrams per deciliter.
milligrams per deciliter. And it's probably worth getting it checked. So what's the best way to reduce or manage triglycerides? Well, high carbohydrate foods like PHULKA rotis or foods rich in bad fats like packaged snacks or vegetable oils are the leading cause for high triglycerides, that is the fat stored in your body. Now, a lot of people ask me that how does whole wheat roti or PHULKA roti, which is effectively a low fat or a zero fat food, gets converted into triglycerides? Well, PHULKA rotis are 90% carbohydrates, which when you consume it basically gets converted into glucose, and your body then triggers a surge of insulin to move the sugar from your blood into your cells. PHULKAs are a lot of carbs, so it means it creates a lot of glucose or sugar in your bloodstream, which means your body needs to generate a lot of fat storing insulin hormone, and consequently it prevents your body from burning fat that is stored. And as your body needs more energy, it keeps asking for more PHULKAs versus burning its own stored fat. Plus, any unused glucose from PHULKA or whole wheat roti then goes through a complex process and is ultimately converted into those dreaded triglycerides. So in summary, the fat-free PHULKA or whole wheat roti you put in your mouth is converted into pure triglyceride fat. I love rotis. Does that mean we should give up the roti? No, you don't have to give up the roti, but you definitely have to switch to a better roti. Get Fit roti has only 30% carbohydrates, and the rest of it is good fats and protein, primarily from nuts and almonds and flax seeds and amaranth. Because it has less carbs, it generates less glucose and sugar, which means your body produces less of those fat storing hormones, insulin, and in the process, it then allows your body to burn fat more easily. And because it's packed with good fats and protein, it's a very nutrient dense roti that helps you manage your hunger and increases your satiety. There has been a lot of talk about low carb foods, and there has been extensive research done on what is the right combination of carbohydrates and fat. And in fact, an extensive study by Harvard School of Public Health has shown that the ideal combination of food for metabolic health is low carb combined with good fats. In fact, every 5% of carbohydrate based energy that you remove from your daily diet, primarily from carb rich foods like PHULKA rotis, rice, breads, etc., and substitute it with good fats, the kind you find in almonds, avocados, or fish, you reduce your risk of cardiometabolic disease by 30%. So let's look at some of the atta and roti options that are at your grocery stores. So typically you would see attas that some of them claim to do sugar control or diabetes control. However, they are about 80% carbohydrates. So the chances of them really doing good sugar control is probably slim. Then you have organic non-GMO attas, which is great because they at least don't have pesticides or organically maintained wheat. However, they are still very rich in carbohydrates, about 75%, so they clearly are not very good for metabolic health. Then you have PHULKA rotis and then even tortillas that have about 60% of their energy coming from carbohydrates. Get Fit Roti, about 34% of its energy comes from carbohydrates. So it's really a very good organic, non-GMO, low-carb roti. But simultaneously, when you look at the amount of good fat in your atta or roti options, most of them, attas have less than 10% of good fats. And pulka rotis and tortillas have about 10 to 20%, while Get Fit Roti has about 48% of its energy coming from good fat and proteins. Good fats are extremely protective for your heart. So now let's talk a little bit about the triglyceride challenge. To participate in the challenge, you should have gotten your triglycerides checked sometime in the last 6 to 9 months. Sign up is free. You can sign up on this website. And if you eat 2 rotis a day to maybe 10 rotis a week, you would switch to Get Fit Roti for 30 days and you would add leafy vegetables to your dal, whether it's spinach or kale. So your dal is about half vegetable, half dal, and you would eliminate all packaged snacks. Then after 30 to 45 days, you can go get your triglycerides number checked again. And I think you would love your results. Come and share the results again privately. After 30 to 45 days, you would win $25, but you would have earned a lifetime of good health. I even want to share a couple of good reading resources that would be great to understand metabolic health and healthy lifestyle. The first one is Dr. Ron Sinha's book on the South Asian Health Solution. There are 2 blogs, Cultural Health Solutions and Desi Nutrition Authority. Both of them present a lot of scientific-based nutritional blogs. And if you don't have your triglyceride numbers checked recently, you can always go to your physician or go to one of our health partners, Sathi Clinic at Stanford or the South Asian Heart Center at El Camino Hospital. So good luck with your triglyceride challenge.